G'day and welcome to another episode of Kiwi Car Life. And one of the best things about 90s Civics is that they weigh less than a tonne and they have VTEC, making for one of the most fun, cheap chassis that you can get into. They handle great, they look really cool, they have lots of funny features like the split opening tailgate at the back. This one even has a sunroof, but one of the problems with these cars is that you're never going to be setting any land speed records with a little 1.6, even in a car that weighs as little as this. But fortunately, since the EG Civic was released, Honda has produced some new VTEC engines that are capable of making a hang of a lot more power, namely the K20A. And the owner decided to put one in this EG, and today we're going to be seeing what it's like. And there it is, the K20A mounted under the bonnet of an EG Civic. A very popular swap worldwide because it's possible, once you get these in, to make a significant amount more power than you would with the B16 that these originally came with. This one came out of a DC5 Integra, so it would have made 162 kilowatt and 206 newton meters of torque from the 2-litre VTEC engine, revving to 8,500 RPM. Naturally, it's paired up with the factory 6-speed manual transmission with a limited slip diff powering the front wheels, but this one has got individual throttle bodies off an E30 M3. It's got 1000cc injectors, upgraded coil packs, all new wiring loom that you can see in there. It's got a catch can along with yellow speed coilovers, Willwood brakes, RPF1 wheels and semi-slick tyres. The exhaust is pretty much a straight pipe. It's got headers going into 2 resonators and straight out the back. So you will see when we drive this thing, it is probably one of the loudest cars that I have ever reviewed. He had it dynoed at about 140 wheel kilowatt, which at the crank is probably more like sort of 170, 175-ish, which makes sense given it has a few extra modifications. Hello, dog. And now the interior. I still find it really funny that back in 1993, some dad would have bought this home as the new family sporty hot hatchback, the Civic GTI with the 1.6 litre single cam VTEC engine, and now the whole thing has been completely torn to shreds and totally changed. The steering wheel's new, it's a Momo steering wheel, but I like that it still has the red Honda logo in the middle. It feels absolutely fantastic. It's obviously got a new head unit in here. It has a K-tuned short shifter, which, if I'm honest, makes the gearbox really hard to find all of the gears. It's now got SR3 Recaros out of a DC2 Integra. But other than that, the rest of the interior has remained pretty much the same. It still has the original gauges, and amazingly, the speedo goes to 230 k's an hour. I don't know if this thing would have done it back when it had the D16, but it would certainly do it now. Not that we're going to test it out. Driving the K20 EG, ready to have your eardrums blown out. Holy moly, this has got to be the loudest car I think I've ever reviewed on Kiwi Car Life. The K series in the EG, it really is just like a go-kart for the road. And the handling, phenomenal. Like I mentioned, absolutely perfect amount of power. On a road like this, you're never really going, stupidly fast. You can enjoy yourself. You can be foot to the floor the entire time. Steering feel is fantastic, of course. No power steering, nothing to get in the way. And I can't believe how quick it goes down the gears, eh? Bang. Just immediate. And first gear in this thing is just mental. This is probably about as close as you'd come to a literal EG race car for the road. This thing is crazy loud, but also absolutely fantastic to drive in my mind. It's too loud. I know with Hondas, to make power, it has to be loud, right? You've got to have a free-flowing exhaust, but for me, it's more that on a road like this, it's not too bad, but if you're in anywhere residential and you want to give it any beans, I'm just worried that some Karen's going to pull out their phone and record you driving past. Even if you're not even speeding, it just sounds really fast because it's so loud. And then, to be honest, the lack of power steering, it's fine on centre, but I actually find it's a bit kind of unnerving to go through corners because it does take a lot of effort to get it to turn in. The gearbox takes a lot of manhandling, and likewise the pedal box. So aside from the noise, the lack of power steering, the tricky gearbox, and the pedal box, which again, a lot of these are issues with me with my weak arms. I'm having a hard time manhandling it through the gears, but apart from that, this thing is unbelievable. And I've driven plenty of Hondas, but this one has got to be one of the most nimble, sharp, raw, and just insane Hondas I think I've ever driven. You can just be up, down, another gear. Hard on those Willwood brakes, can't heel toe. Oh, there we go. Let this be evidence that if you have a K20A sitting around and you also happen to have an old Civic sitting around, put them together and you will have one of the most sensational driving experiences known to man. And with that, I will shower you with one final K-Series flat for your listening pleasure, and I will look forward to seeing you again next time.